Nobody seeing him. Like everybody seen him jump in that car and leave, and they not saying nothing about that. Like the people who told and everything like that, you realize that they told a little bit of this and a little bit of that, just enough to get the little reward, little pieces of chicken, whatever like that, right? But then now it's like, wait, how come they didn't say anything about the car they jumped in? Like they was parked right next to them. The three people that was parked surrounded right around that same car that the driver, the getaway driver, and the yellow shirt guy, they jumped in, and it's like the people acting like they blind or something, like they didn't see him. Three dudes just do that and then jump into the whip and take off and literally back out and everything like that. Like the guy actually picked them up like it was valet, and the people ran right by it looking at it. They were literally looking at how the light was on and that they could see through the tent. Because when the dude opened the door, the light came on in the interior of the car. And y'all got to realize that it was an Escalade, so you could tell exactly how the headlights were and the taillights were. So the thing is that people seen that car like actually picking the dude up and then turning around and reversing into the other street and then peeling off on the corner. And so what they're going to have to do is actually look at all the camera footage, reverse it, and see exactly where it came from before the whole situation. Or they're going to go to one of the businesses up the street and get their surveillance and ADT, some type of third-party security. It's always a third-party security company that has whatever access to the surveillance systems and all that. So what they're going to have to do is basically go around and look at everything and see if they can figure out exactly who was it in there and why did the dude jump in and why did he drive him to somewhere. They're going to find him. This whole thing is crazy, man. This whole thing is a crazy situation, and it should have been avoided. Like, I don't understand why it had to go down like this, and the fact that they set up this party and everything, and then all of a sudden when the whole doors is closed and the place is supposed to be closed and it's done at 2 a.m., and then they still standing out in front doing a whole bunch of nothing. So they pretty much trapped them there and blocked them in until some argument break out. So they told somebody to make some type of scene. They told someone to make an argument happen. So they distracted Quavo. And then they already know that Takeoff is going to be chilling. And he's just going to be like, kind of observe everything. But then it's going to be a dude next to him that's like waiting there until the right moment when they start the argument conversation. And then once he turns at him, then that's when he's going to see that like it's basically a hold-up situation. And so once they, Quavo said what he said and they was all backing up, you seen Quavo's manager backing up, and because he saw what was going on. And so he tried to help. He tried to help in the situation, but it was too fast and too close. Everything was happening like right in front of him and everything. So what y'all got to understand is like, why is it that they stalled them right there in front of the building and made it seem like it was about to be a move or something like that, or an after party or something? They're probably trying to converse and figure out where the after party was going to be. And they used that after party as a way to distract them and hold them there until everybody got in place. And, whoever brought the brown paper bag up, then they had to wait for that guy to bring the brown paper bag up, because the dudes in the yellow hoodie is going to want to run in and grab that and run back out, because, you know what I mean? That people are saying that that's him getting paid. And so a lot more details are about to come out about this whole entire thing. So you guys have to keep paying attention. Subscribe to the channel, binge watch all the videos that I just did before, and subscribe to that birthday party in that same truck. And it's the same dude that wore the tank top. Like that dude in the yellow shirt, Cam or whatever they calling him right now. That dude was actually seen at both places. He was scheming at both dice games, trying to hit a lick on the people. And basically, he was trying to do something. That's why he pulled up on Takeoff, and we all seen him on that replay. So when they did the replays, man, it's some of the same cars that are there. Like Jay Prince Jr.'s Cadillac truck and GMC truck was right there, bro. They were parked in the back. When all 40 people ran off to the back and to the parking garage, them folks jumped into them Cadillacs. They all drive Cadillacs and GMCs in Houston, bro. They literally drive nothing but Chevys and slabs, bro. So when everybody's looking at it like in my comment section talking about it's the same cars from Duke the Jeweler, it is. And y'all already know that. Y'all figured it out. And so look, the whole thing with this whole Takeoff thing is we trying to send our condolences to it because a lot of people are trying to get justice for Takeoff because we all think that Takeoff was the best one out of the whole Migos. If you really look at that flow they created, Takeoff was the one who had the most developed triplet flow, bro. The way he did the verse, the way he did his verses on Bando, the way he did all those verses, yeah, he was the one. But look, man, they try to take they jealous, they get envy. The quietest guy in the room is usually the most powerful, right? Because the loudest people in the room is the crash test dummies. It's the people who trying to show off, so they have to be so damn loud and everything like that. And so that's why a lot of people really actually they actually side with Takeoff because he's calm, collected. Like no situation is gonna make him overreact to the point to where he makes a bad move or something like that. If anything that comes, he a businessman, he'd stand on business too. So other than that, he a real OG. He's one of them top people who's a real actual boss man. And when you really look at real bosses, they act just like how Takeoff act because they want to make sure they're not drawing too much attention. He said it himself. He'd rather be rich than famous, guys. Take that. If anything you learn from Takeoff, y'all need to learn it's better to be rich than famous. Stop trying to show off and make everybody happy, whatever, and that's not actually gonna bring any happiness towards you because y'all gotta focus on what you gotta do is best for you. Don't care about what nobody else does. Cut everybody else out the picture. If you don't need them around, cut them out the picture. That's what Takeoff was doing. You know how many people he had to cut out the picture in North Atlanta that was still trying to ask him for money to be in the streets, that was still asking him how he could get the birds for the LO and all of that. So what you guys got to understand is this is a revolving situation. The fact that they had the same cars at the whole bowling alley with Takeoff and Migos as they did with Duke the Jeweler, y'all got to understand, man, Jay Prince Jr., he looking real bad right now because of the fact that they've been hurting bad and try to set up these dice games to straight up take folks' money and providing security and then trying to charge them a $50K on top fee. Like, no, security's only supposed to be $10K for that day or weekend, whatever. They try to come around after the dice game, they took his money, and then they try to tell him he has to pay more money for the security. And everybody's seen how Quavo and Jay Prince Jr. was arguing at first. That's what they was arguing about. Jay Prince Jr. was trying to tell Quavo that he had to up 50 bands or more to pay for the security because they had the car there. They had to pick them up in the slab. They took them around 5th Ward. So what they do is actually they take them to the hood, and then later on in the invoice, they add that as an extra cost. They're like, yeah, we took you to 5th Ward in the hood. That's more dangerous. That's